Eileen Coleman-Smith definitely defies her age. The Salt Lake woman is 104. Does she look 104? No. She credits dancing with keeping her young, and it's not just her age that's inspiring. Dave McCann went one-on-one with her to find out what's left on her bucket list.
I know you're doing this because of my age.
Know your wisdom. Remember we went over that.
No doubt Eileen Smith is full of wisdom and has a great sense of humor.
I don't seem to be able to get the recipe on how to get out of here.
And at 104,
You do this instead of hiking, Tim.
she still moves with a dancer's grace.
And then you fall down.
Is this a dancer's move?
Yeah. And then clear down. Get a beautiful piece, Tchaikovsky or somebody like that, and you can just feel it, you know.
Eileen created the first modern dance program at BYU in 1929 and taught for a decade before her son was born.
So you were the modern dance teacher?
Folk dance and ballroom dance.
Dancing isn't Eileen's only passion.
I got a kit and I started and I cross-stitched from the time I was 60 till I was 95. After 95, you couldn't see the holes.
Now, when she's not exercising or dancing,
I wore out 3 others.
she spends a lot of time listening to audiobooks and cheering for her favorite college sports team.
On a 3-step, Boise gets in, he's got room to the right.
What do you like about football?
Well, I love the passes and how they reach out and get that ball.
Let's talk politics. What fires you up about politics? Tell me about Donald Trump.
I don't have to be neutral right now,
you
do
can say
I?
whatever you want.
I can't see him taking on being the head of the United States.
And then what about Hillary Clinton?
Well, she's had a lot of experience, and naturally I'd like to see a woman president.
Did you ever think you'd see one?
I didn't know that I would. I didn't ever think I'd see a African-American president.
Eileen has lived through the history the rest of us now study.
I was with my mother, and we were outside, and I heard all these bells. I was maybe about 6 or 7, something like that. And I said, Mother, what's all this? And she says, well, it's the end of World War I.
And she's a firm believer in the power of faith.
It's one of our basic tenets, and you have to have that.
How come?
Well, you'd give up if half the time you'd give up if you didn't have faith that you could make it or go on.
She says faith is what helped her cope with the loss of her only son at a young age. He died in a car accident soon after he graduated from law school.
You have to have faith that there's something better, or there is some reason or something.
Though Eileen says she's ready for the afterlife, she still has plans for this life. Number 1 on the list, visiting the new Provo City Center Temple.
And that's also the place where I graduated. My services were when I graduated. I want to go down when it has been landscaped.
Oh, yeah.
All through there, landscaped beautifully.
So that's the big quest for the spring, is to get down there and see
Yes,
it.
that's number 1.
And I reminded this sports fan what should be number 2 on that list.
You know one thing that you haven't seen in all your days that maybe you'll see this year?
What's that?
A Cubs World Series championship.
Oh, not the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, this might be their year.
The Cubbies are going to win?
You got to stick around for that.
Oh, I know it. That would be really
Yes, it would.
exciting.
Wouldn't that be something? Her 105th year would finally be the Cubs year. Eileen credits her family, good friends, and good food for a happy life. She says she's watched what she ate, Keith, until she turned 100, and then she decided to eat whatever she wanted. And Eileen, I know you're watching, and it's a little late, but I expect an invite to your 105th birthday, July 2nd. Keith, back to you.
Thanks, Dave.